Everyone, welcome to Games After Work. This is Donnie coming at you. We're gonna be doing some things a little bit differently this Friday night. Games After Work. Games are in the title. It's definitely one of the main focuses. All of us who are involved in the site love playing video games, love everything about them. But when I approached Damien and Mahmood and later Steven about starting the site, games was supposed to be more generally all of the things that we do to unwind from work. So it could be other hobbies. Even on our site in the YouTube description, the motto is it's video games, board games, and music and movies and comics and whatnot. And so we haven't done much other than video games, and one of the main things I wanted to do in addition to that is I love music. I've done music with various instruments for a long time in my life, and more recently I have gotten into electronic music, and so I thought tonight we would just try to make some patterns, make some beats, make some sounds. I don't have a particular end goal in mind. I'm kind of just, I don't know, troubleshooting this idea of playing music on stream. So given that, I realized while setting this whole stream layout up, my apparently my webcam isn't the proper aspect ratio to take up the whole screen, and I didn't know what to do with this extra little vertical rectangle over here. So I went ahead and put up the Twitch stream chat. So I'm realizing now there might be an echo. Yeah, let me know if there's an echo. Maybe there's not. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I figured we would mess around. I'm not going to start off complicated. I figured I'd start off with a single device setup, and that would be. Man, desktop audio looks like it's loud for some reason. I don't know why it would be. I figured I'd start with a single device. There's scratching in the audio. All right. I figured I'd start with a single device. There's scratching in the audio. All right. Is the echo on my voice? Let me try something. Is the echo on my voice? Let me try something. Let's see. That would probably take care of it. Did that take care of both issues? Just looking at the volume levels, I would say it is likely that took care of both issues. Alright, yeah. Levels look a lot better now on OBS. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. Then, I'm going to take that silence in the chat as a yes. Things are working better. So yeah, we're going to dig into trying to do some of the different stuff that we've always... Wait. Voice audio input. Huh. I wonder if it's just this microphone is bad. So the echo's gone. Is the scratching only there when I am talking? Is the scratching there when I talk now? Maybe this microphone just is bad. Yeah, I'm gonna guess the microphone's bad. Alright, I'm gonna cut off all the volumes so I don't kill you guys while I take care of this. Is there scratching when I talk now? This would be the big question. Alright, yeah, I guess that the microphone just sucks now. That's unfortunate. Wait, no what? Wait, what's the no for? Uh-oh. Huh. Weird. Okay. Fire, music, alcohol? Alright, so let's bring desktop audio back in. Yeah, the reason I was trying to use... Oh, the nose, there's no scratching. Alright, the reason I was trying to use the microphone and headset that way is I was trying not to run the headset through the computer. I was trying to run headphones out of the... By the way, I guess I should show it, the Analog Rytm, because that way there's no latency on when I hit something. But I'll just deal with the latency. If it causes me to input something off time, that's what quantizing's for, right? So let's go ahead and make sure this audio level is not going to kill everyone's ears. Well, you all are getting that. I don't know that I am. And that would be why. Set as default device. So many moving parts. All right, cool. Let's get a camera angle with the device in there. So we'll be cutting off the top of my head. I'm sure you all won't mind that. All you need is my mouth, my pretty mouth. So yeah, this is the Analog Rytm. I like this thing a lot because it has 8 analog circuits to do different sounds and whatnot, which is super nice. I really like analog synthesis. I think it sounds really cool. But also, every single one of these channels can trigger a sample as well. Now, I haven't loaded in any of my own samples, so if we add any samples tonight, it would still be using anything that just came on the machine. But we got bass drum engine, we got a snare drum, we got rim shot, clap, bass tom, low, mid tom, high tom, close hats, open hats, cymbal, which could be like a ride or a crash. Hey, Scott. I have it as a ride right now, and then cowbell, which you can do some weird melodic stuff with. Just to give you an example, if any of you watched our Part 1 Fiasco playthrough on Halloween, you would actually have heard a version of one of the things I was able to make with this. And that would be this. I really like watching the lights go. Anyway, so that's an idea of some of the stuff you can do once you get moving and digging around with all the parts. I kind of do a lot of like lower pitched, slower, I don't know, almost somber sounding things. So I was thinking maybe we go for something a little bit happier. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. So I'm gonna load up a fresh project here. And that's going to give us all blank channels to work with. A lot of people start with a bass drum or like a bass snare combo and whatnot. For some reason, I really like starting with either hi-hats or like a ride type cymbal because I think I like giving those some of the more complicated patterns. So let's go ahead and see what's up with cymbal. I think is set to pretty standard crash cymbal. Let's go ahead and change that. So let's go to the ride that they've recently added to the machine. So already I like that a little bit better. Well, that's dumb. Have you tried refreshing the page? Because it shouldn't say Punch Club. Oh, I never hit the update button. Haha. Hold on. Hold the phone. Go to Twitch. Go to the dashboard. Yeah, look at that. Totally says that. Yeah, I'm gonna punch out some tunes. That's totally what I meant by that. Let's hit the update button now. It says changes saved, so hopefully it works out all right. So let us continue with this. So already setting this to ride cymbal. I like that a lot better. It's a little bit more dynamic. So maybe tune it up a little bit. All right, I like that tuning. Shorten the decay, so there's not as much of a tail on it. Maybe shorten the hit as well. I like very like chimey ride cymbal. You know what I'm saying? Cat. All right, yeah. So we can work with that as a ride. So let's see. Tempo we have set is 120. let's map out some trigger points for the ride. So like something like so yeah, let's actually take the tempo down a bit. All right, 95 seems good. So now we can start doing some things with the, like, really simple edits with the ride cymbal just to make it sound more dynamic. So let's take, so you can see the red LEDs, the static ones, not the one that's moving. The red LEDs are where I put in trigger points for the ride. Let's take this one right here and these two and make them a little bit softer. So it has more oomph at the end of those successive hits. So if we just hold the trigger and take the velocity of the hit down more, that works. All right, so that's at like 60. Just take these down to 60 as well. So even right there, those sound a little bit more human, which I think goes a long way, especially when you're using electronic instruments to make music. It's really easy for them to sound kind of like rigid and the same, a little bit more robotic. So I think adding human elements like this is really good. It helps it stand out a little bit. So I like that pattern a lot for the ride cymbal. Something I like to do with rides a lot also that would also show off a nice feature, and again, just add a level of dynamism, dynamism? I don't know, is if we go into the filter for the ride cymbal, and we have it set to a low pass right now. Let's see. So right now, if I just have it in this like sequencer recording, changing the filter is just going to change it across the board. Whatever it's set at, that's what it's playing at. So let's kick the resonance up on the filter first so it's a little bit more noticeable. All right, yeah, so that's a... the resonance is a little sharp. All right, so we'll take that resonance, and I don't want to just, you know, I don't want to just pick a filter because that's gonna change the shape of the tone, but it's defeating the purpose. I don't want it to sound the same on every hit. So what I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna take it out of this step recording by hitting the record button a second time, or record and play at the same time. And now you can see that the record LED is blinking. This is now a live record mode, so watch. So now, it recorded that turning of the knob. So now, we have a really like programmed dynamic element of the cymbal. Which I think is really awesome. I like stuff like that a lot. So we can even go a step further. Let's take it off of that record mode, go back to where the trigs are. And we will take this last hit of the ride cymbal over here. And we're going to go into the amp page, and we're going to put delay on that last hit. Alright, so that hit's got delay on it, so we have to go into the effects and the delay page, and we actually have to turn the delay timing faster. And we turn the feedback down so it doesn't repeat as much. Okay. And then we have it pan right and left. There we go. That works. So now we got, if you're listening to either with stereo speakers or headphones, you can hear that last hit. The delay ping-pongs between the left and the right. So, good. Let's work on a different track now. Now let's go to what's considered kind of the background of most beats. Bass drum. Yeah, this is where the latency is going to kill me if I try to put that in. So, let's look at some of the different bass drum engines that they have. This standard one, bass drum hard. It's a pretty good one. Classic, very like short tail on it. Bass drum FM you could do some really crazy stuff with. It's pretty much doing FM modulation. Plastic is really cool. Sharp, silky. Silky's nice, it's really full. Alright, let's see what we can do with FM. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into with that. So, FM tuning and sweep time and a mount. Let's get some decay in there. Oh, we get that nice lingering tail on the bass drum. Listen to that. It's pretty cool. So, maybe a little overbearing if we want to do a lot of hits. Get the sweep time up on that FM modulation. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Turn the tuning down on the core drum. Get the... Let's get... There we go. So, like, if we go ahead and put several hits in with this now, and change the tuning, that would be really cool, because then our bass drum is actually going to take care of some of the melodic work for us. Maybe even count as like a bass line damn near. So, let's go ahead and put in some points, trigger points for that. There we go. Alright, I like that. So now, change the tuning on some of these hits. That might be a little bit much. That one's a little bit too deep. Alright, there we go. Nathan, I need you to be quiet, buddy. Alright, so now we got this movement of notes just programmed into the bass drum itself. Now we need to decide, do we want a snare drum or claps? I think for just straight up on the upbeats, we go with claps, make them really prominent, and I like using snares for kind of like grace notes in between that. So let's fine-tune our clap sound. We got clap number. Maybe a little. 4 is good. Random claps. Clap decay. We got clap rate. Get the noise tone. There we go. Get the number up, turn the random down. We're gonna reload that sound because I actually don't like the way that clap sounds anymore. I liked it better as the standard clap. Go to sound. Clear track sound. Yes. There we go. We're back to the standard clap. I actually think that sounds way better than anything that I have wandered off into. So let's go ahead and instead of changing the actual core clap itself, let's go ahead and mess with some reverb on it. That would help. A little bit of overdrive. There we go. There we go. Alright, now that's something I can work with. Maybe cut it down with the filter a little bit. There we go. Alright, that's a clap I like. See, we didn't actually have to do much to get it to somewhere where we like to. So I'm gonna try my damnedest to just go ahead and play this in with the latency I have going through the PC's audio out. Whoopsies. Now let's not do it that way. Let's there we go. Works way better when you just input it. Alright. Now we're going to start getting into adding some more elements. Like maybe some of those grace notes I was talking about, or ghost notes on the snare. So let's give you all some relief from the looped pattern. So that snare, I don't like that snare. There's too full of body to it. Also, while we're at it, let's go ahead and wait, how do I darn it. Yeah, let's go ahead and make the pattern longer. Let's just go ahead and make it 64. Because we're going to want to start doing some more interesting things, and the more length we have to the pattern, the better. So we'll go ahead, save that. Now we have 4 pages of patterns If you look down here, every time I hit it, it takes us to a different page of the pattern. It should have just copied that pattern over to the other pages now. Yep, as you can see, as it's cycling through the pages, we're still getting our pattern. So yeah, if you start off with a 1-page long pattern and then you make the pattern longer, it'll just go ahead and multiply the patterns you already have to the additional pages, which is really nice, saves you some time. Unless you're actually trying to make the latter parts of the pattern considerably different. So we have bass, we have a ride cymbal, we have a clap, and the clap is working well for the upbeats. So let's work on a nice subtle snare to add in for some kind of like ghost notes. So almost as if like the clap is our primary snare, and this snare will just kind of roll at a lower velocity right underneath it. So let's pick a snare engine. Don't know what that's retriggering. All right, snare classics. All right, that could be all right. Snare natural is a little bit like empty. Let's see if we can add some tone to it though. So body decay makes it ring out more. Noise decay. Okay, all right. Let's take the low pass filter down a bit. Noise resolution is a little bit high. Let's noise balance, take the noise down a little bit. Okay, yeah. That's pretty good. We've added some texture to it. Let's alright, so where would we want to put this in? So we would be like yeah, let's, so we got it there. Alright, so let's see where that puts us right now. Alright, so yeah, I like what we're doing there, so let's go ahead and do 11, 12, 15, 16. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And like we did with the ride cymbal, to all of the snares, we're gonna do some of that velocity stuff. So, let's say we take down the velocity on pretty much all of these. Take it down to 50. Leave these ones going into the bass drum at like 65, somewhere around there. Let's see what that sounds like. See, and the snare comes in right under the radar like that. I like this one off here by itself being a little bit louder. take them all down to the same levels. And then we just, all right. Take these last ones down a little bit, and so let's start thinking of more melodic content to go along with our bass drum now. One thing, yeah, let's start digging through some samples then to try and figure out what we want to do for that. Let's go into the sample library. And unfortunately, we're going to have to think of some of the types of samples that we want, because I can't actually preview them until we've loaded them into the project. But let's see what's under effects. So water drop, we actually might be able to do some interesting melodic things with, so let's try that. It's the only one I like in that menu. Let's go to extra. Got some bass notes. For now, let's just keep our bass line on the bass drum itself. But let's do alright, we could get a brass major chord. I like that. Let's stay away from the minors. I'm trying to make it a little bit more uplifting. So brass major chord. Could get guitar mute. Don't want guitar sad. Guitar seventh could add something really interesting to it. Piano horror, jeez. Plucked bright sounds interesting. Trombone, because we need to know trombone, trombone double, trombone tenor. Trumpet cartoon sounds pretty good. And whatever in the world Zen is, let's load those into the project. And I'm thinking we could just go with that. The rest of these are pretty percussive. So yeah, let's just go with that for now. All right. So let's pick something to put. Yeah, the way I am with toms is either I'm making a pattern that is really reliant on tom drums, and I will use all 4 of these tom channels, or I'm kind of not using toms at all, and I will put different melodic samples on each single one of those to play musically as an instrument. So let's go ahead and on the I'm least likely right now to use the bass tom. So let's go ahead and check out on the bass tom. We're going to take the synth and turn that level all the way down. We're going to go into the sample, turn that level all the way up, and we're going to pick one. So let's see what's up with that water drop, because I really want to know. I don't. Let's see what we can do with it. What if we bit reduce it, huh? Huh. If we do that and pitch it down, maybe? This could be good. Get like a Mario jumping thing. What if we loop this? And then try to find a good loop point. don't think we're gonna find a good one. Yeah, I don't know that the water drop's really gonna work out for us. That's a shame. Alright, yeah, let's try a different sample. Let's go ahead, go into sample setting, turn all the settings back to where they belong. Get the endpoint and the starting point back there. Let's pick a different sample. Let's actually that brass major chord. Maybe guitar mute. Guitar seventh. Plucked bright. Okay, if we actually trombone. I like that trombone double. Trombone tenor. That's maybe a bit much. Trombone or trumpet cartoon. I could actually do something with that. Zen. Alright, Zen we can work. For now, let's work on the Zen. So, let's go ahead and hit yes for that. We're in chromatic mode. So, let's figure out something chromatic to play. Let's lower the level on the sample. So what if it was like... Alright, let's think about this. Alright, so we got this. What if we turn the tune up on this to an octave? There you go. Alright. Don't like this too minor. Playing on a grid like this is really weird, by the way, for doing chromatic stuff, so... Alright. So I want something along the lines of... we're gonna have to pitch it down, I think. So... Okay, so I want... No. Yeah, let's try that. Yep, alright, that'll work. So let's go ahead and try to live record that. So we got... Alright, so just so I remember it's... Alright, we got this, we got this. Gonna wait for it to come around. Did that get recorded? Oh, come on. Really, man? Go away. Alright, let's try this again. so how does that sound coming in from the beginning? Comes in a little late, so go ahead and tell it to be the correct note. There we go. So now, it should. There we go. There you go. That's why it's always good to have these digital controls when you're on an analog unit. It helps. So let's think about where we want to go from there. So we got so we got so there we go. There we go. All right, so alright, so what we're gonna do now is go into those new hits that I put in. And we're going to quantize them. Uh-oh. I picked the wrong page. You know what, let's just go ahead and take out all the hits and just try to play it in. Here we go. So we're going to let it loop around once. That worked out well. Alright, I can work with that. That's all just off of samples, man. Alright. So now we come out of chromatic mode. It still might be a little bit loud on that. Nope. Alright, nice. So, let's start considering some of the other samples to bring in. Like some of the chords I think could be really, really nice. So, let's go to low tom. Yeah, what do I want to go to? Let's go to high tom. Get rid of high tom. Alright, we're going to take the synth off of the high tom, put the sample up. We're gonna look through the samples. I think I like some of the trombone stuff. Maybe not. We already used that. Plucked Bright. We could use Plucked Bright for harmony. That would be kind of cool, but let's... Guitar 7th. Kinda sucks. Brass major. Actually, I could get behind trombone double. Alright. Yeah, this'll work. Alright, alright. Actually, you can, Alright. Gotta mix it way lower. Okay, so we got... It's a little bit loud. What if it bit rate? Like bit crushed it, huh? I'm always a sucker for bit crushing. It's not doing much. Oh god. Huh. Almost makes it sound like a guitar. Yeah, I don't like bit rate on that at all. What if we... Okay. There's something we could do really cool with this. Alright, check this out. Ready? Turn loop on. Okay, yeah, so we go with... Get that... Okay. Alright, yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna not live play this. We're gonna put it in manually, so we're gonna have that. And then we're going to alter those trigs. Gonna put loop on all of them. We're gonna mute everything but that trumpet. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna have... So we need that first one to... Okay. So... That's good. Second one we need to make a little bit shorter. was at 22. What if we knock it down to 20? This one down to 18. And the last one down to 16. So the reason we need to do this is because I'm getting the repeat to happen by setting on the loop, and what determines the length of the loop is where the start and the end point are. But if I'm playing the sample chromatically, in order for it to keep going down in pitch, it's technically playing it slower. So the start and end point mean relative things differently there. So I need to change what the end point is on the loop. So hopefully these settings will work. I'm almost there. I want that third one. Third one could actually probably be the same length, so that could probably... let's just make it 19. And the last one, we can make 17? Let's try that. Alright, so we get a little bit of clicking in there, but let's see if that really comes through when it's all mixed together. So we take out all the mutes, and... Alright, that works. Okay, that actually kind of worked. Alright, so let's think of another element to fit in. It's kind of, man. Let's, I say we have exactly one challenge left to us, and that is, wait, hold on. One thing that definitely needs to happen is the cymbal needs to come up in the mix. Let's get your synth level up there and your overall level. Now let's hear you. Okay, that works pretty well. So, let's, I do wish... Hold on, let's isolate the cymbal, see what's going on there. That filter might be a little bit harsh. Okay. The clap could come up a bit. Alright, let's think of what we can start bringing up and down. Cymbal's at a good place. The brass needs to come down a little bit. Clap needs to come up. Maybe even give the clap a little bit more overdrive. Take that reverb up on it too a little bit. There we go. The last thing is bring the snare in a little bit more. Alright, I think we're doing pretty good. Alright, so don't know. I think the last real thing we have left to do is I want to figure out how to make water drop work in here. So we're gonna make water drop work, and then I'm gonna pretty much consider this, you know, pattern a success, at least for a, you know, like a first go. So let's just get water drop going. We're gonna focus on the mid-tom, take out the synth again, bring in the sample, pick water drop. Yep, all right. We're gonna get that bit rate going on it, the bit reduction. Let's bring the start point in. All right. How would you work in here? What about as a bass? Ooh. There we go. Yeah, lose the loop. Okay, so let's start. Let's. I like the lower one. Put a little bit of overdrive on that. And get some delay on it. Not delay, reverb. I don't know. Oh, that's kind of, okay. We have to actually, yeah, we have to take water drop off the mid-tom and actually put it on the low tom, because even though there's 12 pads, there's only 8 voices. Mid-tom and high tom share something, and our brass is on there. So let's load water drop actually onto there. We're really close, I think. Get the sample up, pick water drop, get the bit reduction. And get the, and then let's whoopsies. If I want to play higher. Let's we're gonna have to. I don't know that water drop works in here. Use some of that tail on there. Really want to make water drop work, man. That's not how you do it. Yep, we're not gonna make water drop work. All right, but I am happy with what we have. What we have, regardless. That's really not half bad. There you go. So we made a beat. So if we wanted to kind of make it a song, we could go ahead and mute everything but the, like, so start off with the, like, you know, starting with something like that, and then you would bring in the brass, and bring in the snares. And then we'd bring in the Zen and take out the brass. No, that's a shame. There we go. Now yeah, we have ourselves a song. Yeah, we did it. I realized we didn't keep a lot of viewers around or get any audience engagement. So maybe something like this doesn't work, but I want there to be a way for us to really get music to be a part of the site. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll archive this. I do have an idea for later on in the life of the YouTube channel, at least, to do curated 5-minute videos, call them like 5-minute beat or something like that, and where I would have an idea going in of what it is that I want to make. Although my idea this time was make it happier than I usually make it, and I think I've actually succeeded at that. That was a pretty happy tune, even though it wasn't maybe the highest quality. Let me bring the camera back up to me. But I don't know. I had fun, and if I could just have, 2-3 people watch me making music, which is something that I enjoy doing, then hey, I consider that a success. But yeah, I am going to get a little heavier into sampling, maybe to kind of bring it into the game's theme, use samples from video games and find cool things to do with that. I don't know. Maybe instead I'll just make the songs off camera and just do videos that are me showing you me like performing the song with the patterns already done, put into the machine. But yeah, thank you for joining me, everyone who did. And we've got more stuff coming up on the channel. Next week we're going to start actually having a pretty consistent content schedule. We're looking at Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now. We'll have 3 series going. One of them will still be Damien with the Semi-Completionist on Binding of Isaac. Second one will still be Steven with Night School. And the third show going on, at least starting with next week, is either going to be me with a new series called Why Not, or Mahmood picking up with the second season of Just Beat It. I think he's looking at Sleeping Dogs. We haven't decided which of those two it's going to be, but keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, man, this is Donnie with Games After Work on a chill Friday, managing to fit in some fun and leisure where my life allows, and I hope you're able to do the same. And you all take care. You have a good night.